Hi guys, I'm Adriana and today with the help of Leonardo we are going to reconstruct some pads from a graphic card. Here the client tried to change two integrate circuits and the result was catastrophic. Let's go to the motherboard and see how many pads broken we've got. Here we have one. In this area there are 7 broken pads. Higher up we've got another one. Two other pads here. In the first step we are going to clean the old solder lead, so we apply flux and solder paste. Then we are using a soldering iron GBC at 350 Celsius degrees. Now we move on to the other area and we continue with the same steps. We apply flux and solder paste. We use a desoldering wick to clean the old solder lead. This solder lead is a high temperature one which has lost its properties, so you have to mix it with low temperature solder paste to clean it in an easy way. We use a piece of cotton and contact cleaner to remove the flux from the motherboard. The motherboard has to be like this, very clean. This is the other area which has more damages. In the description, I leave you the links of the tools and spare parts that we use. If you liked the video, don't forget the like. Thank you. These unprotected areas, we always need to cover them with UV mask. In this way, when we are going to solder the integrate circuits, the little bolts are not going to get together. Here we have many broken pads. Let's try to reconstruct a few. There are many ways how to do it. Here we have a bented pad, so let's put it right. We apply a little flux and with the help of the soldering iron at 300 Celsius degrees, we try to put it in its place. If you can put it straight using the soldering iron, then you should use a heat station at 300 Celsius degrees, and with the help of the tweezer we put it right. A very important step is to apply a UV mask all around, because in this way we will have a resistant pad. The next step is to cure the ultraviolet mask using the UV flashlight or the black light. This is the final result. Here we have another broken pad. We have to observe well the point of union so we don't make a mistake. These pads are like this, like a triangle. Let's recycle a pad from another motherboard. So for that, with the help of a scalpel, we extract it. We have used this motherboard to recycle the pad. We apply a little bit of flux and we place the pad. With the aid of a surgical scalpel, we scraped the area a little bit. We use a soldering iron at 350 Celsius degrees and solder wire. We use a little cotton and contact cleaner to clean the pad. We are going to cover the entire area with a UV mask. We use an ultraviolet flashlight to cure the mask. With the help of a scalpel, we cut the surplus material. In this way, we try to leave the surface flat. We proceed to apply UV mask and cure the pad. We clean with isopropyl alcohol or contact cleaner, and that's it. This pad has no contact. It's used for the stability of integrated circuits. It has practically no connection, so we cover it with UV mask. When you find this type of pad, you have to process it. Due to the heat and the years of operation, it has lost its conductivity property. So, using a round abrasive file, we remove the first layer and we give it the shine like to the others one. We clean it with contact cleaner and that's it. Here another double pad, same as before. We apply a heat station at 300 Celsius degrees and we put it well. To give it resistance, we apply all around the UV mask. I've checked the continuity of the pads and most of them are ground. From all the broken pads, only 2 of them have other functions. This fact has its logic. If you do not master the technique to elevate the integrated circuits, then you'll not be able to melt the solder lead. As a general rule, the grounds from the motherboards dissipates heat very well. So, for the solder lead melt, you have to apply a little more temperature. We have to get under the integrated circuits to a temperature of 220 Celsius degrees, and in the air station we need to have a temperature of 350 to 400 Celsius degrees, depending of each station. A Baku station is not the same as a Weller or GBC. Some station maintains a constant airflow and others not. We need to have it into account and to practice very well on broken motherboards. Let's rebuild this pad. We use a recycled pad from another motherboard. We solder it and that's it. We use the solder iron at 350 Celsius degrees and solder wire. It's very important the cleaning process. Every step we take in repair, we have to clean. In this way, we avoid possible future damages. We apply UV mask and cure the area. With the tip of the scalpel, we scrape the area because no pad has to standing out. Let's see another pad. We scrape this area and solder the surface. Here we are going to use a piece of copper wire. I repeat, there are many ways to do it and any method will work for you. To solder the copper wire, we use a thin tip soldering iron at 350 Celsius degrees and a little bit of flux. On this occasion, we use a red mask with heat. With the help of the air station, we apply 150 Celsius degrees during 1 or 2 minutes. As you know, this mask gets like a rock, so the pad stands firm. To remove this mask, the best technique is to use the tip of the soldering iron at 300 Celsius degrees. In the upper part, we can apply some ultraviolet mask and cure the area with the help of a UV flashlight. Now we use a surgical scalpel and we scrape the copper wire. For example, if on the motherboard we have these pads which are not uniform, we can use the type of the scalpel to cut them. Another case with two broken pads. We proceed to scrape to be able to solder. We use a copper wire, a little solder paste and the soldering iron at 350 Celsius degrees. We make a bridge to join the two pads. These pads are grounds. In this way, we'll obtain a firm pad. We apply a red mask based on heat. We use a heating station at 150 Celsius degrees during 1-2 minutes. We scrape the area using a surgical scalpel. All around we apply UV mask and we cure the area. Here we have the pads reconstructed. Let's see quickly the last pad. We use a copper wire and a little solder paste. With the tip of the soldering iron, we make a bridge. We cut the excess wire. We apply red mask all over around. We heat the area and scrape the pad. At the end, we apply a little bit of ultraviolet mask and that's it. So guys, I'm Adriana and this was today's video that we present with the help of Leonardo. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.